Let's go for a ride. Nope, not in that. How about this? So I just put it together. We're gonna go for our first ride. I also just put on the rear rack. Pretty simple. If you need instructions, they're on the RadPower website. No instructions came with the rack. A couple of bolts down here, some stays here, and an attachment point down there. Pretty simple. So let's turn it on. And there's a walk mode on this. If you hold down the button all the way, and begin to push it, you get those little feet-like things. Hit the brakes, it stops. Yeah, one foot after the other. Pretty simple. All right. Let's go for a ride in the neighborhood. Got a 10% slope to my driveway, so it's pretty steep. Whoa, brakes work. That's a good thing. Let me slide in here to say that this really is my first ride. I didn't even go around my yard on the bike, let alone the block. I was so focused on a true first ride experience and not face planting back there that I didn't even think to give you a proper view of the road. So hang in there for a minute and things will be looking up soon. Taking off easy. I'm in 4th gear, pedal assist 1. The tires came shipped at 5 pounds. I pumped them up to 30, which is the max for these fat tires. There's a steep hill I'm going up right now, giving it a little bit of throttle over here on the right handlebar. Most of the snow's gone. It's March here in New England. There's a long incline here. It's not too steep, but it's up. I just boosted it up to number 3 pedal assist. I'm not in shape yet. I already walked 4 miles this morning. Pretty nice day. It's about 43 degrees here. So according to my step counter, I burned off 380 calories just walking. So that ought to earn me an Oreo or 2. I mean, that guy's got to have a payoff, right? I've got about a 60 cadence going here on my legs. Just a little goose of the throttle is all you need. It's so nice. I've adjusted the handlebars 2 separate times in the shop, just straddling the bike and holding on, but there's nothing like riding it. I think I may have to adjust them up just a little bit. Away from me, that is. But everything else is fine. I can reach the brake levers without any trouble. I can see the gauges. Going 15 miles an hour now if you can't see it. Pedal assist 2. It's reasonably flat right here. I'm glad I pumped the tires up to their max, which is 30 pounds per square inch. Because it seems like there's very little rolling resistance. Tire hum isn't too bad from the knobby tires. Bike feels great. I went around and after I took all the videos of the assembly, I checked every nut and bolt and screw on it. everything was as tight as it should be. I wanted to do that to see if there were any slip-ups at the factory. Things do happen. Anyway, I wanted to assure against that. And everything was fine. Uh-oh. Hold on, I just heard something fall. What the heck? Bear with me a second. What was that? Oh, I see it. Guys don't get old. Guess what? That's my pressure gauge. It's always something. Nice view of the bike. Sorry about all the sniffles, but it's cold out. Oh, I love that throttle. It's my new best friend. This bike path we're on has an interesting history. It's built on top of a railroad bed that goes all the way back to the 1800s. It's a little spur off of the Amtrak line that goes to my local town that used to be a tourist haven way back in the gay 90s, early 1900s. And people from New York would take the train up, get off at the railroad station at the terminus of this bike path, which used to be the railroad bed, and take this little railroad all the way down to the other end. People would get out and they'd be at all the old hotels and casinos which we used to have in our area. This rail bed lied fallow for decades. People would strip the ties out and the rails out. Nobody was using it until finally the state took it over. I don't know the particulars of that, but after a while they turned it into a bike path. It's beautiful out here. The seat, I'm happy to report, is quite comfortable. I adjusted it to my length, to my leg, so it could be a tiny little bit higher. I would like my legs to be a little straighter and the pedals all the way down, so I may do that when I get back, but don't be afraid to customize your bike. Make it meet your standards and style of riding, not the other way around. I had no trouble with the battery. I've charged it up. It was about half full. I did not time how long it took to top it off, but I went out this morning, actually just around lunchtime, to check it. It was all the way full. I used to ride this path before it was improved, when it was just the old vandalized railroad bed. And this is really nice, but it was fun back then because it was raw and gnarly. You're going down this road over railroad ties. You can imagine what that feels like on a mountain bike with very little suspension. I think I might stop here just for a minute. having that step-through frame is really nice. I highly advise it. So this is a swamp. It's beautiful here. I don't know if any of it's coming through or not, but that's us. The way back. This is a former beaver den right here. Don't know what happened to Bucky, but I don't see any more evidence of beavers being around. Obligatory transmission lines. Standing up pedaling just to get going here. First try for that. Bike's got pretty decent balance. Feels very secure. I was just thinking, oh, it feels very secure. Whop, down you go in the snow. So, on the front forks, over on the left side, you can increase the amount of preload or decrease it. It seemed like the knob turned a lot to the counterclockwise or clockwise. So I counted the turns stop to stop. And on my bike, it was 4 complete turns. So I put it right in the middle of that. So I'm hoping that's in between a real jouncy ride and a soft ride. But it feels pretty good. Not too bouncy. Little hill right here. So what I just did, I was going along in about 5th or 6th gear. I just reduced that. I'm in 3rd gear now. So I've got more mechanical advantage at my disposal. So I reduced the pedal assist from 3 down to 1. So I'm going a lot slower, only 11 miles an hour. I was clocking around 16, 17 before. I think I have a little adjustment to do on the rear derailleur. I'm not quite pleased with it yet. I don't think the chain is in the middle of each cog. It slipped a couple of times in some of the gears, so I'll take a look at that later. Okay, I wanted to get over 20 miles an hour. I'm at 23 right now. You can see that the throttle does nothing. It's deactivated electronically after 20 miles an hour. I think a lot of class 1 and 2 e-bikes are like that. But I can't maintain that top gear very long, so I just downshifted it to 5th. It's easier to pedal now. Let's take a left here. Go back home. That's it. There we are. You can see yourself in that hubcap right there. That was fun. Thanks for tagging along. Let's do it again sometime. Over and out. Keep watching. Thanks. Bye.